Hey, what's going on with y'all? Fellas, ladies, was good? It's good to see y'all, man. It's really most definitely good to be back. It really is. And once again, for the third or fourth or probably fifth time, I'm apologizing and saying that I'm sorry for being gone for so damn long. Um, I don't even know where to start, but I know that I got a place to start, and I'm gonna start right here, and I'm gonna try to get off at the finish line like I do with every one of these videos. But I'm gonna do it smoothly. I'm gonna do it efficiently, and I'm gonna do it clandestinely. No, I just want. I'm fucking with you. But anyway, start things off. I mean, like, I want to give you more positive imagery and positive like outlook on what's going on with me because I don't want to just talk about nothing but negativity because that's not what my videos should be about. And I don't want them to start off on that note. But I'm just giving you a disclaimer that um, it might come off like I'm talking and preaching to the choir or just giving you an update what's going on in my life. And if y'all care about me, then you should care. YouTube has changed, so I have to change with YouTube. And a lot of things in my life has changed, and I got to change with them. Adapting is the key to life. You have to learn to adapt with things, no matter how they go. And I feel like I haven't been adapting the way I got to adapt, but uh, there's no reason for me to be scared. I need to just go out there and get what I got to go get. So I wrote some bullet points, but for the most part, I got a good memory, and these shits don't come up in my head. It's just, I could forget some topics. Let's start off with when I left off. I was on the 90-day challenge. Now, the 90-day challenge didn't last. Okay, let's just give you an update on that. The challenge it didn't last. Okay, I'm human just like you is, and everybody else is. It didn't last. Now, I always smoke bud. That's what I do. That's not the problem here. It was the drinking was my problem. Now, I went back to drinking. Now, just to give you a little insight on how I was feeling, you got to understand something. Like, if anyone can relate, and there's got to be someone out there that can relate, because we all mirror off each other, no matter how we look at each other, no matter what color we are, we mirror off each other, because it's all about human, and our psychology is all the same. You know, so like there was a point in time I quit for about 6 weeks, and I was feeling real good. Like in between that time, that was the third time ago within the past like 6 months. I said that was the third time that I like the first time within the three times that I quit, where I really was like, all right, I was feeling good. I mean, nothing was wrong with me. I wasn't having any problems. I feel like everything just flew the way it should have flew. Like no problems on my side, no gallbladder pain. It felt like it was in my gallbladder. No pain up in here that seemed like it's in my liver. Been by my rib cage. I'm like, what's going on here? Did I really fuck mess myself up that much? So I ended up going back. I weakened up like anybody else that has problems with this, and they go back. Anyone that's got problems with anything, they weaken up and they go back. You might have a problem too. It might not be the one that people can see on your face or they can see it in your eyes, but you have a problem where you might be at the home and you might be doing some stuff on the internet that you don't want nobody to know about. But we ain't gonna talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we all got our issues. Yours may be hidden behind, but you ain't no different. Trust me, someone's gonna catch you doing what you're gonna be doing too. Trust me, whether it's your wife, whether it's someone walks in, whether you forgot to turn some shit off, you're gonna get caught one day. Or maybe the FBI might come into your house with a warrant because you forgot to do whatever the fuck you do with your little computer stuff and you forgot. But we ain't gonna talk about that. Let's talk about myself so you can judge me. How about that? So I'm like, damn, second time I went back. I don't know how long this lasts. I feel like I went back a little harder because every time you go back harder. I went back to drinking harder. I think this lasted about like 2 more months of drinking, and I stopped for about a good 4 weeks. Now, when I stopped this time, I actually felt pain. Like I was feeling pain down, like I would say the gallbladder area, like the intestines area. I was feeling pain for a good week. A throbbing, dull pain. Something you feel like you shouldn't feel after heavy drinking. But I was feeling that. So I said, like, you know, I just waited out. This happened before. It'll go away. And it did after about a week. I continued to not drink for like 3 weeks additionally after that. And I went back again. I went back harder this time. And I continued to drink and drink and drink and all that bullshit. And I said 4 weeks, whatever. It was night. It was almost 90 days because that's when the challenge went. And I went back. This is the third time. Now I'm back. I went back again harder. And as I was drinking, I felt pain in my liver. And I had to Google search this shit because I'm like, is this my liver I'm feeling pain in? Because it was right up here on the right side. And it was hurtful pain. Like it was like sharp pains and stuff. I was like, damn, man. And I started to flash back and think about what the doctor told me like 5 or 6 years ago, where he told me that if I kept drinking, I was on the verge, like he saw stages of cirrhosis in my liver, and if I kept drinking, I was gonna die. That's what the doctor told me. And I forgot that he told me that because I was so caught up. When he told me, I remembered, but I went back. It's like anybody else is an alcoholic or whatever the fuck problem you have. You go back to your love that doesn't love you back. You go back to her or him. You go back to it, and I did that, and I went back, and not as hard as I was going before, but hard enough. And I found another passion. I started getting high. That put my alcoholism on hold for like a good like 9 months to a year. Then once I stopped doing that, I went back to drinking again. Oh shit, I forgot I'm an alcoholic. That's what I was. It made me forget what I was for a second. So I went back and started doing that shit. And you know, it's just kind of like things went full circle. But at the same time, it was a different experience because I never felt some kind of pain that was going on right in my liver. And it was extreme. And it was hurting. And this hurt for about a good like 3 weeks to a month. Now let me explain to you where the anxiety and how much your head can come into a factor into a lot of things that go on with your body, including your heart. Um, Now I didn't go to see the doctor for at least like 60 days, maybe. No. It was 40 days actually, 40 days before I went to see the doctor. Now, at this point, once I felt that pain in my liver, I said, "What's the point of going to the doctor? They're just gonna tell me my liver's shot, and you have cirrhosis, and we can't do much for you. What the fuck are we gonna do for you? You messed your liver up. We can't backtrack that. You messed it up. It's fucked up now. I told you to stop drinking 6 years ago, according to this chart here. It says this, and you didn't do it. So what are we gonna do for you?" There's a lot of stuff going on in this world, and anybody stop the world from my liver. Life's got to go on. So I was like ready. I wasn't worried at this point. I had my little moments for the month and some change that I was feeling this pain. I was going through it bad, man. I started thinking like, damn, man, 34 years old, man. I fucking destroyed my liver. Really? I, I was like thinking about every drink I had to the point that I was getting disgusted. I would almost want to throw up to the fact of hearing about a drink. It made me want to throw up. And this was like a month and a half prior to whatever, month and 10 days prior to going to the doctor. And I finally went. My insurance stuff was all good to go. And I was like, I didn't want to go to the doctor with no insurance. That was the main reason. I was going on a liver cleansing for this whole 6 months, or sorry, month and 10 days. I keep, all the three things and 6 months combined. But yeah, a month and 10 days of me going on like a liver cleansing. I was drinking like, they say black coffee is good. I was on a black coffee little cleansing, and I was drinking a lot of antioxidants and just things that were good for my liver, or supposed to be good for my liver, and a lot of water, of course. And I still was feeling pain in my liver area, but the funny thing is, it would travel from here and kind of like go from here to here, and to the point that I almost felt it in my chest. So when I went to the doctor, they did everything they could do, and I wasn't worried about it because I got my insurance to do it all. Like, we're talking ultrasound, we're talking CAT scan, or the fuck, X-ray on my chest to see what was going on with my chest because I was feeling pain up there. And I waited an hour for the results to come back, and she came back. I was at peace. Whatever they told me, I was like, whatever. Like, I came to peace with it. And she was like, "Oh, we got your results back. I don't see anything that looks like it's any concern at all." Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything looks all right. I'm just like, what? One of my first thoughts in my head was to celebrate with a drink, as an alcoholic would do. Like, oh man, you just got your liver is good. Let's go. This is the bar. Let's got some drinks. But I didn't do that. I did not do that day, and I didn't continue to do that for like the next 2 weeks because I was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna go back to what I was doing before. And but I did start. I did drink, and I drink. Like you know, what I'm saying I have a couple drinks every now and then, but like I don't want to go back to where I was at, where I was like every fucking day with that shit, you know, just messing up my insides. And I'm not trying to do that anymore. So I'm trying to like do something different. But at the end of the day, it's like it's still the same running cycle, you know. But I feel better, and it's good to know because could that month and a half that I took off of drinking been enough to stop the fatty tissue in my liver? Maybe. Maybe I came there at the right time. Maybe I would have went there a month and a half ago or a month and 10 days ago. They would have said that to me. Your liver's, yeah, it don't look good, yo. It's all bloated and stuff like that. Look at those spots right there. Spot. You got acne on your liver, sir. It looks terrible. If I was you, I wouldn't touch another drink again. If I was smart. But I am smart, that's why I'm not you. That's what I would have said, but that's not what happened. I came there and they said everything was fine. To the point that almost made me be like, man, are you sure? But I'm not gonna do that again because we did this same thing on my heart before. Am I crazy? Nah, it's the anxiety and the depression and all the things that are going on in my life that caused myself to think this way. I did feel pain there. It's not like that was not happening. I felt pain in my side. It's just that it could have been a combination of things. You know, I've noticed that when I was doing stuff to ignore myself from it, whether I was playing a game or taking a walk, that I wouldn't be thinking about those pains and those anxieties that I have that are causing that shit to feel physically. So I think that's changing that aspect. I think, you know, a lot of these things could be in your mind, just like people who have anxieties and things of that nature, certain anxieties, or they wake up with nerves. You gotta like, we gotta take ourselves and look back at like when we were doing what we were doing before and what we're doing now that's so different that's causing these anxieties that, you know, to keep popping up like they are. You know, it's a trip, you know, how life works out. I mean, I had an accident, total loss. It wasn't a serious accident. It was a small accident. I was actually driving my car for 4 months after the accident. And I'm glad I did because if I took it there 4 months ago, I would have been having this conversation with y'all 4 months ago. So I'm out of a car now. I lost my car and I had to take the money that I had. It was still, you know, financed. So I had to pay it off with that. And it's still not paid off. I got to make another car payment to an invisible fucking car. Okay? So that sucks, man. You don't even want to know what's personally going on with me in this house. Like nothing with me physically. I'm fine. I mean, I feel, you know, like sluggish all the time because that's in my mind. That's something I gotta work on. And let's try to get back to this so I can get myself feeling better. Like I look back at like years ago when I was actively doing this shit, as much as the stuff I was going through, I felt like I was actually happier, believe it or not. Even though it looked sad on my face, I was happy. I was confident. I didn't give a about anything that was going on around me. I really don't care. And just like I don't care about where I go, I care about where I go when it's time for me to go, but I don't care about when it's my time to go. I was ready at the hospital. Whatever they told me, I was ready. I was ready with it. Yeah, I got sad and emotional because I started looking back like, dang, I can't believe I did this to myself this young. Is this, I look at my people in my family, they go harder than me. And I'm like, did I get to this level? You know, so it really made me evaluate myself and maybe it was for the best. Maybe I think God talks to me through my body. He's been doing that for years. I look, 2 years clean off the dope. I ain't when there's no hard drugs in a long time, man. 2 years off the dope. You know, that's fantastic. And I have no desire to do it, but God talks to me through my body. Because if he didn't talk to me through my body, I still be doing that shit. Let's just keep it real. I try to give my life up to God. I may not go to church and stuff. I'm not super religious, but I feel like I gave my life to God, you know. Personally, my God. I don't want to talk about the God and what you should believe in. And whether you're atheist, I don't give a fuck what you believe in. That's four. I don't care what you believe in, but I'm going to believe what I believe in, and how I do it is how I do it. And I don't need you to try to control my mind by telling me the book says I'm not supposed to do it because it says here that you're supposed to do it. Thou shalt, man, stop, yo. Nah, you ain't got time for that thou shalt. Man, suck my mother. Hey, don't make me do it, you two. I can get real ugly with it, bruh. Don't make me do it. Y'all soften up on me. I gotta like whatever. Y'all saw I gotta go take a little time out. Fine, I'll come back. I'll figure it out. I'll recoup. I'll make it work. I can make this work. Don't forget who the fuck I am. That's five. My card recently, I believe I was a victim to like a crazy credit card scam. I'm gonna keep you guys aware of this stuff. Be very careful with your card. Some of y'all aware of it. Some of you guys aren't. I was walking around all day long thinking that my card was safe. I was using it was my cash out card. I don't usually put a lot of money on my cash out card, but for this particular time, I had to put a lot of money on my cash out card. About $600 roughly. And I don't like to ever put that much money on a cash out card, but I did. I had to. I just transferred the money the day before. This is about 5 days worth of work that I put on there. Roughly, at least 4 long, good days of work. And all of a sudden, man, I wake up, man, in the morning, like I would say, like whatever time it was, like 7 in the morning. First thing I did was I look at my phone like I do to see if it was dead or not, because my charger, I keep forgetting to go buy a new charger, but that's another story. And the phone, whatever and I'm like, I look at the shit and I saw like the Cash App symbol and it was like, not enough cash. Not enough cash for what? What do you mean there's not enough cash? There's nothing that I want that's gonna cost more than what's on that thing on Cash App. Trust me. And I look and I'm like, yo, it was like, man, these motherfuckers was shopping, yo. Man, it was shopping. That's 6 or 7. I don't care anymore. Whatever. Just stop caring after a while, man. Yeah, they was shopping. Like they was going in like some place called like Payment to Co, Depop, all these like places that are scam companies, man. They might not be scam companies like as a whole, but trust me, these scammers are going to these companies for a reason. When I see those kind of payments, I look at it like, what the fuck is it? What is that? What is that? Like what is this place? I never heard of it before. And I look it up, do my research. I know why you never heard of these places, because when you try to call them, get in contact with the merchant as they want you to do when you get scammed, call the merchant first. Now with Cash App, a lot of the time when payments go through, they always go as pending. Even though the money's gone from your account, they can't do anything to a pending charge. We have to wait for it to go through first. We have to wait for them to decline it first before we can start doing an investigation, which makes sense. But when you're angry and you're irrational, it doesn't make sense. I didn't curse at these people, but I was mad, and this dude hung up the phone on me, man. Once he told me that, oh, it's pending, sir, blah, blah. First of all, they can't speak English. I'm not going to do his accent because that's too easy and hacky and it looks racist. But he had an accent, and all three of them, like two of them I talked to had an accent. The first dude hung up the phone on me. I didn't curse. I raised my voice slightly because he said he was like, there's nothing we can do. I was like, okay, so what do you want me to do? Wait for this to go through? How long is it going to take for the payment to go? I don't know how long these pending charges take. I don't know. It could take 1 week to 10 days. Yeah. It could take 1 week to 10 days and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, not hearing that, man. I was like, oh, man, what do you mean? Okay, bye. Gotta be serious, I don't even know where he was from. First of all, I couldn't make his accent. Honestly, he sounded like a little girl. That's what he sounded like. But he was not. His English was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. I can hear him perfectly. Everything he said made sense. The second guy I spoke to didn't really like speak really good English, but he made it make more sense to me. No, it was a woman actually. She made it make more sense to me. And then I talked to the third person, and that was a female, and she was really helpful. And I called them all back, and I I thanked them all, even the people I didn't talk to. I said thank you because they gave me my cash back within 5 days. But how this, I believe this happened to me was when I was at Walmart. It was an attractive lady. I wasn't paying attention to her at all, but it was an attractive lady, and she was walking by. She had her kids with her, and I went to go to the dressing room to go try on a couple of shirts that I seen, and I didn't like any of them joints. But I spent about a good 15 minutes, I say maybe 10 minutes in the dressing room, like trying them on, like looking at them, like this, like really seeing like this is okay. Is it gonna shrink on me later? Is this a waste of money? And as I analyzed them, there was one shirt that looked okay. I was like, this motherfucker is gonna shrink on me. I was like, yeah, it's not even worth it at this point, So I just didn't do it, and I put everything back on the hanger and whatever. I folded it back up, and the whole time I was in the dressing room, the people next to me were like yelling and talking, like the kids. They were like really being disruptive, and it just like one of the kids said, she kept saying like naked baby, naked baby, naked baby, and her mom's like her mom wasn't speaking English, like Spanish, Mexican or something, and like she was Mexican, and they were speaking. And I'm like, what the? And they were speaking, and I couldn't understand what they were saying, but I wasn't listening. I was just trying on my stuff. But they were right next to me. You can feel like the tension was like so close. And I'm like, if that's good enough for you to have a one of those little card readers and you can put it up to the wall like that, that is a great scam. I almost want to give you props for that. Now, this person herself didn't use my card because it took about 8 hours before my card was compromised when I was sleeping, roughly. So I would say like specific time. I'm on Eastern Standard Time, so I say like Pacific Mountain Time. It would have been about 9 o'clock at night. My time, it was about midnight, after midnight. So 9:30 their time, 12:30 my time, roughly. And they went on a shopping spree right around the time when a person like someone in the Eastern Standard Time should be sleeping. Got me, got him, and all my shit was gone, man. $600, and got me. And I know I was mad, I was upset, and the crap in my life just continued to just keep going and boil over. But I'm just staying positive. I don't understand. I don't think that. I hope just because I'm not willing to kill myself that I'm gonna get tortured every time I turn around, like or every 6 months or something in my life comes. Because don't think that because you're around me, bad luck happens to you. Good things happen to people around me. I'm a good luck charm. I make business uh, shit. Tips go up when I come into the door. You know, must be something I'm doing right. It's just that it's bad luck upon me. And I don't believe that I'm cursed. And I had some people write me some good messages. I'm sorry I ain't been writing back. And I just kind of been to myself. And you can kind of understand that. Not everything I'm willing to share with you, but it's not like I'm also willing to put that. Like, I know other people out there have problems with drinking, and there's things you have problems with that you might not be able to discuss, and you keep them to yourself. But I want you to understand that your problems are the same as anybody else's problems. They're just a little bit different. So I'm gonna stay strong. You stay strong. The world is crazy out here. There's a lot of stuff going on, man. Don't believe the hype neither. Trust me, because all this shit you see on the television, all these fake videos, all this shooting, stop using that to influence how you feel in life, because that's not it. Trust me, that's not it. That's not the cause. They're the enemy. That TV is the devil. See, mine is always turned off. I didn't turn it off for the sake of this video. This joint's turned off. I turn it on for whatever I feel like watching. But to keep it on all day long, that's the devil. And I'm good. I don't fuck with the devil. Yeah, I said it again. What is that, 10 times? I don't care. But y'all take it easy out there. Y'all be safe. And I wanted to give y'all a little update and just let y'all know how I'm doing. And I want to continue to come back and do more positive videos and videos with more meanings instead of just doing stuff like this every 6 months. I hope y'all ain't chronologically confused with the times and stuff like that, but I was almost confusing myself. Peace.